Napoli fans around the world, welcome to Napoli Talk. Guys, Napoli have won against Benevento 2-0. We won the Campania derby. You know, the Insigne brothers facing off and Lorenzo Insigne getting the best out of that. And guys, I know it's been a difficult month. It's been a difficult few weeks, all right, for Napoli. Probably more than a few weeks. It's been a difficult few months since December, let's say. But, you know, in perspective, guys, this is the fourth straight win in a row in Serie A at home where we don't concede a goal. So, you know, that takes us back to Juventus, Fiorentina, Parma. So, you know, four wins in a row, not conceding a goal at home, guys. I think this team is starting in the Serie A at home, starting to perform, and that's a positive that I want to build on right now. That is a very important stat because I think teams start playing well when they defensively start playing well, and that starts at home, guys. That starts at home, and then you try to take that confidence and you try to bring it away from home, and that's what's going to give you consistency. Right now, we still don't have that consistency because of away from home. But, you know, at home, we're doing all right. We're doing all right, and you know, even if you consider like the Coppa Italia, 0-0 at home against Atalanta, that's another clean sheet. Okay, against Granada, they scored a goal, but that's one goal in 5-6 games at home, and we still won that game. Okay, we got knocked out of the Europa League, but guys, we still won. So, you know, I'm starting to see some improvements in this team right now. I'm quite happy with how they're doing defensively at home, and I think that if we can build on that, then we can start being competitive once again. Dante is saying we won against Benevento, time to get the champagne. You know, I understand that Benevento's not you know the best team out there, but guys, guys, there's some people out there in the world that they can't celebrate even when you win, and then, you know, if you tie or lose, then it's the end of the world, and you know, that's just sad people. I think you know, with sports and life in general, if something good happens, just take it and celebrate. Okay, yeah, it's just Benevento, but guys, we could have drawn, we could have lost, so, you know, let's just be positive, guys. There's a lot of negativity out there. Let's try to stay positive. I'd rather win against Benevento than draw against Benevento, like what Roma did last week. Or did you guys already forget that Roma drew against Benevento and Benevento was playing with 10 men for the most part of the second half and Roma couldn't score? So, you know, I get what you're saying. Benevento is not the best team, but hey, you know, they went three games unbeaten before us, including playing against Roma. We're not, you know, in the best form of our lives, so let's just take the win. Let's take the clean sheet. You know, okay, it's not the best football we've seen, but guys, we need something. We needed something, and I think the most important thing about today was that it was a relaxing game. There wasn't anything. You know, okay, Koulibaly got a red card. We'll get into that. But there was never a situation where I thought Napoli was not in control of the game. There was never a situation where Benevento seemed like they were going to score. And it just felt like it was going, from the first few minutes, it just felt like it was going to be a comfortable game. An easy win, a comfortable game. And guys, with Napoli, that is not something that we take for granted at all, ever. That is, you know, every game is your heart pounding, sweating. You don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know who's going to get injured. You don't know how many goals you're going to concede, whether, you know, someone's going to make a silly mistake. And to actually go 90 minutes where, yeah, okay, we got the Koulibaly red card, but it wasn't influential for the game, then, you know, I'll take that. I need To be fair, guys, I need more Sundays like that. So, um, it's I'll take it. I'm happy. If we look at the rankings, the table, we'll do that in a bit. If we look at that, then it's a good result. It's a good result, and you've got Milan and Roma playing later tonight, and that's going to be one of those two teams or both dropping points depending on the result. So, it is what it is, and it's better. It's the best thing that could have happened to us today. Obviously, guys, baby steps. It's not, champagne football, but it's baby steps. We'll get there, hopefully. And, having players like Mertens coming back from injury, getting involved in a goal. Gulam, first start in so long, getting involved in a goal. Wow, guys, I mean, so many positives today. So many positives, both in attack and obviously with the clean sheet in defense. Ford Dylan is asking in the comments, Dom, can you please tell something about our shirt? Who is going to be our new kit partner? I hope Nike or Adidas. Or Nike and Adidas. I said Nike. A lot of people gonna, it's always a debate, Nike or Nike. Anyways, we're Kappa. We're staying with Kappa, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know where you got that information from. Guys, the thing about Napoli is that we try to stay with Italian sponsors and suppliers. So, even our Lete or MSC Crociere, which is like a cruise ship company, or Kimbo, that's like the coffee company, they're all Italian. Kappa's Italian. And it's because, and De Laurentiis has been like that for the last 15 years. He always wants an Italian sponsor, even if it means, saying no to lucrative deals with more international sponsors. But what De Laurentiis wants to do, like as a little side project, is help out some Italian companies. And if he can do something that's local to the Naples area, such as Lete or Kimbo, then all the better, and he'll do that. And I think that's honestly something that I respect a lot. So I don't see him switching to another sponsor such as Nike or Adidas. We did have Macron before that we had Diadora, but as you can see, they're always Italian. So it's always going to be like that. I understand though, for people who are living abroad, it's very hard to find a Macron, Kappa, Diadora store. It's much easier to be New Balance, Umbro, Nike, Adidas, those kind of things. But that's just what De Laurentiis, that's his vision for the club, to stay fully Italian with sponsors, and that's just going to continue. So hopefully though, the products can be a bit more readily available abroad as well, because it's very difficult to get your hands on anything Napoli related. But guys, now with Amazon and all that, no excuses. Go buy your Napoli stuff, help out the club. We might get a few more signings if you do. Guys, so let's get right into this. Let's get right into this game, and let's wait maybe about 2-3 more minutes before we analyze technically what happened in the game. But I think that what we can do is we can go straight into the analyzing the stats and analyzing the league table and the league situation with Napoli, while we wait for a few more people to join the live. So let's go over here and let's take a look at what we saw today. So goals from Dries Mertens and Politano. Funnily enough, I think Politano didn't know he scored because it was Di Lorenzo. That's how we'll get into that whole situation. That's crazy. You just score a goal and you don't even know that you scored it. Koulibaly with the most ridiculous red card on the 81st minute. Just honestly stupid red card. But you can see here, guys, that Benevento posed no threats to Napoli. It says here 3 shots on target for Benevento, but yeah, Meret found himself, ready, and I gave him a good score in the player ratings that we'll see later. But realistically, there was never a time when I thought, oh, they're going to score or something like that. I just never thought of that. And, they've got very, very poor pass accuracy below 80% with a few passes below 350. So, they never really had the ball, and when they did, they would mess up 4 out of 5 passes. You can't really be dangerous when your pass accuracy is that low and your passes are that low. And then on the other side, you see, Napoli, 8 corners against 2. 87% accuracy, over 500 passing, 61% possession, 18 shots, 5 on target. And what I really liked about Napoli's shots is that a lot of them were from inside the box. And a lot of them were from central areas, or Insigne cutting in from the left and doing his usual shot. But it was a bit more central than other times when he takes it from a bit further out. And I guess what I'm trying to say here is that it seemed like the shots that we were taking it from good positions, and that's step 1 to scoring goals, is getting yourself in good positions to score goals. Because sometimes it says like, okay, 30 shots, but then if you took them all from your half, or if you took them all from, some crazy position, then you're not going to score, right? So what I noticed was the position of the shots was quite nice. And I think we'll see that in some of the pictures that I've got later, especially with Ghoulam picking out some really nice passes, especially him and Insigne, doing really good on that left-hand side. See some of your comments. Shmuel is saying, I got a Napoli shirt and he's all the way in Israel. For Dylan is saying, now I see that the stats, we need to improve our shooting. We've seen worse. I mean, 18 shots, 5 on target. Yeah, I wouldn't say is great, but there's worse. I think what's nice to see is that there's 5 on target and 2 goals. Sometimes we had situations where we had more than 10 shots on target and we couldn't score. So it's about being good and efficient, and just having those shots in the nice areas, and more often than not you'll get it on target and score. Avanti Napoli, says Pietro Baldini. Let's go with the little lemons and horns. Let's go. Mike Gallo, KK, really inconsiderate. The backline with Rahmani worked very well, but now we'll have to suffer Maximovic for another game. Oh, Mike. Yeah, don't even remind me about, or don't even put that thought into my head about what we have to see on Wednesday with Sassuolo. It's a tough game with Sassuolo. You've got Berardi, you've got Caputo. It's challenging, and to play without Koulibaly that game for such a stupid foul is it's annoying. It's frustrating, honestly. But some people nowadays, just don't use their brains. And I'll critique Koulibaly in the player ratings a bit more. What I wanted to do was take a look at the standings a bit. Before I do that, let's see some of the new comments. Ghoulam needs to be the starter of left back. I agree. He showed why he needs to start over Mario Rui. Fabrizio, hello, is saying good match. Napoli plays very well until Koulibaly red card. Let's go on. Yep, I agree. And the last 10 minutes, obviously 10 against 11, difficult to improve when you've got one less player. It took losing Mertens to realize that he is really the spirit of this team. Roberto Luongo. Yeah, guys, I mean, Napoli without Mertens was losing most of their games, pretty much. I think our stats with and without Mertens is something crazy. It's something like we only have a 20% loss average when Mertens plays, and then when he doesn't play, shoots up to 50% or above or something like that. So Mertens is the technical leader of this team. He's as you said it yourself, the spiritual leader of this team, the charismatic leader, the positive energy leader. Mertens is the type of guy that you want in any team. And we're lucky to have him at Napoli, but when he's injured and when he's all the way in Belgium getting rehab, it's difficult on Napoli. And actually, about that, I criticized Mertens going all the way to Belgium for his rehab, but his girlfriend or wife, one of the two, made an interview or a comment about this in the last few days and said, well, Mertens decided to go back to Belgium for his rehab because at least when he's in Belgium, he can go and take out the trash and go to the supermarket. She's like, do you know how long it's been since Mertens took out the trash or went to the supermarket? He can't get anything done in Naples. And it's like, geez, sorry, sorry, sorry if that bothers you, but it's just part of the lifestyle of being a Napoli player. We're gonna show you a lot of affection. Sometimes it's a bit too much, but then sometimes you really love it, and you go home. You have less privacy and all that, but I'm sure you must enjoy it. I'm sure you must enjoy the attention. So let's look at what we have on screen here. So this is crazy, guys. I don't remember 23, 24 games in. Now we're heading into March. I don't remember ever having a top 4, which is so tight. I mean, guys, between second place Milan and 7th place Lazio, there's 6 points. That is crazy. That is 6 teams which are within 6 points. And okay, we haven't all played the same amount of games, but anything can happen, guys. It is so hard to call. I mean, what happens an hour from now when Milan and Roma play? That's going to be huge. Is Milan going to lose? Are they going to draw? Are Roma going? Every weekend seems like it's going to be a crazy weekend, and anything can happen. We've seen it with the results recently. It's just incredible. But yeah, you can see Napoli's inconsistency: win, loss, win, loss, win in the last 5 games. I think that is the most inconsistent of the top 7, maybe. Well, actually, you have other teams in the top 7 losing quite a few games, as you can see. Anyways, it's just crazy. And if we take a look at the matches that we have coming up, so we've got Sassuolo, Bologna in the next week, and then finally we have a full week between games, and that's to prepare the Milan game. And Google hasn't updated, but actually between Milan and Roma we have the Juventus game. So we have Milan away, Juventus away, Roma away. Guys, that's going to be all in the space of 7 days. That is going to be the most crazy week ever. And yeah, I mean, I thought if we'd get out of the Europa League, we'd have, a full week of training. Guys, until next week, we don't. I mean, we have 5 games coming up in March, and we only have in March 1 full week to train in between games. But everything else, all the other 3 weeks, are going to be all with midweek games. So, someone was saying, yeah, Vetsuoji, it's official. Someone was saying, I think it was actually Vetsuoji earlier in the chat, was saying, oh, it doesn't really matter about the substitutions because we have 1 full week to prepare for games. No, we don't. We have Sassuolo on Wednesday, then Bologna again on Sunday. So we've got 2 games coming up very, very, very fast. So Fabrizio is asking, hi Dom, what do you think about Goulam's performance? I think he played very well. Very, 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 very well. That's, Goulam's performance made me happy today. It's so nice to see someone come back from what you thought was a finished player. And he just comes back and gives you a week of 2 really good performances against Granada in the second half and now against Benevento. So, yeah. For Dylan is saying, it's my birthday today and Napoli won. Perfect day for me. Happy birthday, man. That's awesome that it's your birthday and Napoli won. And, that's a great day. I hope everyone watching this live stream is having a good day. Hopefully it was, like a sunny day. You guys had some nice pasta, that's what I did. So yeah, guys, good day for Napoli. As I said, it's a very chilled out performance. We didn't, ever suffer. We didn't crumble under pressure. Very, very good. Pietro Baldini is saying all together, Yam ya Napoli, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I think now we've got enough people that joined the chat and joined the live stream. Guys, make sure you are smashing that like button. There's a lot of you guys, just typing and enjoying, your hands behind your back, enjoying the live. Guys, get smashing that like button. It's free. Smash subscribe. There's a counter up there that says 953. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get there. Let's build this community. I think that would be epic if we do get to 1,000 subscribers. That'd be honestly great. Let's go into the analysis of the game. Yeah, guys, less than 50 subs until 1K. This has taken 9 months. It's crazy. 9 months, 2 videos a week for you guys. So yeah, I mean, if we can get there by March, that'd be amazing, guys. Let's go into the tactics, the technical aspects of this game. To be fair, there's not much tactics in this game. I don't know what it is about Benevento that I don't want to talk about tactics, because I didn't talk about tactics in the previous game with Benevento earlier this season. For me, derby days are not about tactics. I don't know. For me, derby days are about passion, commitment, dedication, running, all that kind of stuff. Tactics, it just doesn't sit right with me talking about tactics when we play against Benevento. So, yeah, anyways, we'll talk about some of the key moments in the game, because, there's a lot of good technical things that happen in the game. So let's start with the first goal. And what I really like about this first goal is Politano dragging a player very wide, crossing the ball. It's a bad cross. I have no idea why he made this cross. I mean, it's with his right foot, so can't really blame him too much. But at least he's trying something with his right foot. I remember when he first came to Napoli, he wouldn't even really try something with his right foot. He went on his right foot, and yeah, a bit strange to be crossing the ball high when you've got Mertens and Insigne in the box, short players. But luckily, guys, it falls into the hands or into the feet of Gulam. Guys, this photo is hilarious. I mean, look at the top of the screen. You've got Insigne jumping to avoid the ball, and he's still shorter than Gulam. So I had a bit of a chuckle when I had to edit this photo. I swear I didn't edit Insigne's position. He really is still shorter than Gulam after jumping. But Mertens, Gulam puts the ball back in, and Mertens just toe pokes it in the goal. And guys, this might seem like a lucky goal. It's not. It's not a lucky goal. It's not a lucky goal because you've got Mertens who is onside thanks to Politano stretching that Benevento back four. That's merit to Napoli for stretching that back four. You've got Mertens who finds himself free. That's not luck. That's him finding the right position and moving away from defenders. And then you've got Mertens who, in his line of sight, he might think that he's offside, but he plays the ball anyways and scores because he knows that there's a good chance that he might be onside, which he was, because of players, Benevento players behind him. Take a step back to a few games ago, the first game against Granada when Osimhen was playing. Osimhen didn't know where he was compared to other players, and sometimes he would let the ball go and he was actually onside. And it's like, man, you've got an opportunity to score. Just take the shot. If you're offside, they'll call it offside. If you're not offside, it's a goal. And that's what Mertens brings to Napoli, that experience to know, listen, if I don't touch this, the ball's going out. I might as well touch it. And if we score, we score. But, it's not a lucky goal. That's him having that killer instinct and, being alert in the situation. So, not a lucky goal is what I want to say. And credit to Mertens, credit to Gulam. Sal Di Brita is saying it was perfect until KK got a red card. Yeah, I mean, there's no... Try being a Napoli fan and having a perfect game. That just doesn't exist. It was a little too comfortable. It's a bit like, everything's just going your way for like 3-4 days in a row, and then you're like, something's up, something's gonna happen. It's a little too good. That's how it is being a Napoli fan. When everything just seems to be going in the right direction, something just has to come up. And that's Gulam getting a red card. Lucas on mobile is saying, so is this a one-on game or the beginning of something good? That's so dramatic. Lucas, I don't have a crystal ball. It's hard to tell how the future is going to be. I barely know what I'm making for dinner tonight, so let alone how Napoli's going to play in the next few games. Honestly, that is like the hardest thing to predict in the world. So who knows what it's going to be, guys. I think the only thing you can do is take it one game at a time, see the trend. Okay, are we improving? Yeah, I think so. We've got 4 games in a row now at home that we didn't concede a goal in the Serie A. 4 wins in a row at home in the Serie A. That's a good trend. Let's try to take this and export it to away games, and then if we do that, we get a bit of consistency. But whether it's the start of something new, who knows, guys. I mean, there's so many times when we said, yeah, like now is the start of something new, when we beat Atalanta 4-1 at the start of the season, and then look at us now. So I'd go very easy on that. Let's take it one game at a time. Anthony Navarro, welcome to the chat, my friend. Hey, Napoli fans around the world, just joined the live right now. I had to make some meatballs, then fresh sausage for the sauce today. What a game. Oh, guys, you guys are making me hungry. You guys, I don't think you guys realize that it's 7:38 here in the UK. That's when my stomach starts growling and I'm gonna start making some food. But I'm here streaming for you guys, and I'm gonna resist. But you gave me a good idea about what to have for dinner. Man, I'm always hungry, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm always hungry. Guys, you guys talking about food way too much in this chat. Yo, what's up? Is this because of the Campania Derby? All of a sudden, we have to talk about really nice food, Anyways, Anthony saying the only problem is Koulibaly getting the red card, completely unnecessary. Yeah, dude, that is going to be reflected in the player ratings. But let's move on with the game. We had the Zielinski goal, which was ruled out because Insigne was in the line of sight of the goalkeeper. But what a goal that would have been from Zielinski. He had 4 players in front of him, and he was driving them mad. He really went like this, and they followed him. Like it looked like some sort of like dance choreography where Zielinski went left and they went left, and then Zielinski went right and they went right. All that kind of stuff. And it was just like, what's he gonna do? And then shot like that out of nowhere, beats the goalkeeper. And yeah, the goalkeeper, fair enough to cancel the goal because Insigne offside blocking him. Why was Insigne there? Don't know. But I don't think the keeper would have saved it anyways. So unlucky from Zielinski. Anthony Navarro saying, we all know that Lobotka didn't play today because he ate too much during these warm-ups. Yeah, Lobotka, when Benevento before the game came in with their gift of some mozzarella's, Lobotka just start eating, and Gattuso's like, yeah, man, what are you doing? I can't play you today. No, but anyways, that was Zielinski's goal. Unlucky that it got ruled out. But I want to point out, guys, Fabian today. Because, listen, guys, Fabian got a lot of hate in the last few months. And since he came back from COVID, he's been our best player, or one of our best players. And I want to make sure that, for players that I've criticized before in the past, when they turn it around, I want to make sure that I'm fair and I point out that, hey, they're having good games, because it's too easy to criticize a player and then not mention when they play well. But Fabian is starting to become, or Fabian is playing really well. And what I liked about him today was that he always looked to get the ball forward. And you can see here, he's asking for the ball from Koulibaly, but he's actually looking forward to see who's making movements, where's everybody positioned, so that as soon as he gets the ball, he knows where people are, where he needs to pass it to. And that is something that, midfielders at this level need to be doing. Sometimes they don't do it, though. That's the problem. And that was the problem with Fabian in the past, was that he would receive the ball and didn't know what was ahead of him. Instead, today he was good. For example, in this situation, a few seconds later, he receives the ball. He knows where everyone is. He knows Mertens is making a run towards him. That's going to drag a defender. Zielinski is making a run the other way. And he can pick out Zielinski, and it was a good pass to Zielinski. It's just that Zielinski miscontrols it, doesn't do the best. He doesn't have the best touch in that particular moment. But it's been so long since we've seen Fabian pick out someone like that, and props to him for realizing that he needs to play a bit more vertical. So let me actually tone down my mic 1 second, because I feel like it's a bit loud, guys. So just turn that down a little bit. It was like echoing in my ears a bit. Not sure if you guys agree with that, or if you want me to turn it back up. Sal is saying Fabian was good today, but he always tries to force the ball onto his left foot. That's true. We saw it with one of the chances in the first half. He does need to work on his right foot. He's not a complete player by any means. By any means, he's not a complete player. But his left foot is a really nice one when he uses it to go forward. Let's see what else we're saying. Cleto agrees, saying Fabian was really good. Anthony saying Fabian definitely doing great today. I'm one of the people that criticize him because I know his potential. That's true, guys. We criticize players also based on their potential. So obviously, Fabian, we know what kind of player he can be for us. And if he doesn't perform to the highest level, then we're critical of him. Adam Miller saying, curious what Fabian Demme in the midfield could look like for the rest of the season. Gattuso needs to move away from Bacca and give Demme more playing time. Adam, listen, that for sure is going to happen. I know Gattuso had that whole eye problem, but he ain't blind. He can't not see that Bakayoko is useless. Detrimental, useless, not good enough for Napoli. He can't not see it. Of course he's playing now because Dem is injured and, all that sort of stuff. Lobotka is scandalous that he's even signed for Napoli. We've got two midfielders that we really need to get rid of in Lobotka and Bakayoko. But for sure, Gattuso sees that, and he knows that Bakayoko is not good enough and Demme is better. And for sure, Demme, when he's fully fit, he's gonna take that place, and we're gonna have Demme Fabian in the middle. And I think that's a solid midfield. Now, another player that played really, really well was Gulam. And, this is a chance that Zielinski wasted, putting the ball high. But the way Gulam manages to pick out passes, he doesn't just put the ball into the box randomly. He is very good at picking out precise players. And this is how Napoli became the team that we became through Sarri. Sarri, a really important quote that he has is, when Gulam got injured, I didn't lose a player, I lost a way of playing. because Gulam is much more than a player. Gulam is a philosophy. Gulam is a style of play. Gulam is poetry. Is, okay, now I'm exaggerating. It's just Gulam, but he knows how to play football. He doesn't just, a lot of people think he's just there because he's good with running with the ball, but it's not just that. He knows how to pick out a really good, precise pass. And even corners. We saw Koulibaly with a really good chance in the second half through a Gulam corner. Gulam picked him out fantastically, and just such a key player for us. And if he can get back to his old level, or even just 80%, he's going to be that extra signing for Napoli alongside Fabian for the second half of the season. So really good play by Gulam. I wanted to point out, this particular moment in the game, and let's not forget that he assisted the Mertens goal. So, and talking about Mertens, a lot of people will say that Napoli's second goal is luck. It's not luck. I'm going to show you something that happened 2 minutes before Napoli scored, and this is Insigne with the ball in the box, getting inside the box, Mertens running in behind. That means that Insigne has 1 yard of space, 1 or 2 yards of space to take a shot, okay? But why? Because the Benevento player playing on the right needs to follow Mertens' run, leaving Insigne with the space to work something with the ball. You see that run by Mertens? The defender has to cover. It leaves Insigne free to do something. Okay? Fast forward 2 minutes later. 2 minutes later. This is Napoli's goal, guys. Mertens, Insigne with the ball. Mertens makes the same run. That defender, who is now on the right side of Insigne, which means he is blocking Insigne from crossing the ball or shooting the ball, needs to follow Mertens. And look at him. Now that defender is on the left side of Insigne. That means that Insigne's right, which is where he's dangerous, is free for him to shoot or to cross. Insigne crosses the ball. It's a good cross. Napoli players get at the end of it, and Politano scores. He doesn't even know that he scored because, he just goes in for a header, and the ball, I don't know, hits him on the shoulder or something. A bit of luck there. But what I'm saying is, how that ball got to Politano in the first place is not luck. That is something that Napoli worked on in the training ground, with Insigne having the ball in that area, Mertens going in behind, opening up the space for Insigne to do something, whether it's a shot or a goal. Guys, it happened 2 minutes apart from each other, and it happened one time after as well, when Insigne was again in that area. So, a lot of people think that football is like just creativity and, players in the moment. This is a situation that Napoli worked from the training ground. It's planned, it's executed to perfection almost. Maybe I'm revealing Napoli's secrets, so I hope other clubs aren't watching. If you are though, then just pretend like you didn't hear this, okay? So just close the stream right now if you're like a Milan or Roma coaching staff person. You don't need to see this. This is Napoli talk. What are you doing here? No, but guys, this is what I'm trying to say, is that it's something that was planned, and then everything is going fine for Napoli. This is just supposed to be a nice day out. Nice day out for Napoli. A nice Sunday. We're just chilling, watching Napoli. It's a nice day. And then Koulibaly, for no reason, gets a red card. He forgets that he's already on a yellow card. We're winning 2-0. This is a situation where that box that you see in the photo is not Napoli's box that we're defending. That's where we're scoring. We're scoring over there. This was a corner for Napoli. The ball goes back towards the corner flag. Koulibaly chases it down, and for no reason, takes down Benevento player, and I have no idea why he would do that. And guys, I've been analyzing Napoli now for, as I said, 9 months, all that, and watching Napoli for as long as I can remember. Ever since Albiol left, Koulibaly is not the same player. When Albiol and Reina left, Koulibaly has had to become the player in Napoli's defense that leads and has to make his own decisions, and has to go out there and lead. But I don't think Koulibaly is capable or ready yet to be that sort of player. I think he makes too many mistakes, too many silly fouls, too many times he's caught out of position, because sometimes he's a bit immature, and he needs someone that just is there to tell him, hey, stay in position. And before you guys think that I'm just talking total nonsense, the goal that we conceded against Granada, that started off with Koulibaly out of position. The goal that we conceded against Atalanta, that was Koulibaly not marking in the corner. The goal that we conceded against Verona, that was Koulibaly out of position. So it's a series of games this season, last season, that Koulibaly's just off doing his thing. And, Dominic in the chat is saying, I read that Bayern is interested in KK. That's scary. I mean, obviously he's going to have teams that are interested in him. That's obvious. He's still a good player. But there's a reason why Manchester City never offered what Napoli wanted. There's a reason why no team has ever offered more than 65 million for him. And, apparently Bayern have offered 45. And guys, I don't think he's worth more than 65. Because, well, it depends. If he's got someone like Albiol next to him, he's worth 75, 80. But he needs a player like that next to him. So, for example, a Van Dijk Koulibaly partnership would be incredible for whatever team, because Van Dijk can lead and Koulibaly can do what he needs to do. But if a team wants to buy Koulibaly to be their central person in defense, they're going to get games like this from him where, okay, yes, he's going to be, instrumental at times, but it's like really 50-50 with him. And if a player is 50-50, he can't be worth more than 50 million. You just, a player that costs you 5-6 games per season cannot be worth more than 50-60 million. It just can't. How many times has Ramos cost Real Madrid? How many times has, it just doesn't happen. 65 million for center back is huge though, says Vesavius. I know, but what I'm saying is some people over the summer, for example, were saying, Koulibaly to Man City only for 75 or 80 million and above. What I'm trying to say is that realistically, 60 million was the fair price. I'm not saying he's a bad defender. He's still one of the top 15 defenders around. But he needs the right person next to him. And, because of that, not every team has that right person. So he's obviously not going to be worth that much. That's all I'm saying. He has made so many mistakes. I analyze, all of Napoli's goals that we concede. And so many times I point out Koulibaly just off doing his thing. Just, in the left back, right back, center mid position for no reason, lack of concentration at times, and yeah, this is gonna cost us. It was so stupid, so silly. Now we have to play against Sassuolo with Maksimovic, and that's all I can say. Just the only good thing about this is that he gets a bit of rest. So who knows? Maybe Maksimovic was meant to play anyways, and Koulibaly could get rested because, we do have Milan, Juventus, Roma coming up in March. So maybe this is like a blessing in disguise. But, I'd prefer that decision is left with Gattuso than Koulibaly forcing himself into that decision, guys. And this brings me to my player ratings, which you can see here. So let's start off with the subs. Guys. And we've got an A for Maksimovic, Elmas, Hizai, because, well, they only play like 10 minutes. You've got Gattuso that basically didn't use subs until the 82nd minute, until Koulibaly got a red card, which I don't understand. You complain that your team is short on players and then you don't make subs. I mean, why can't you play Elmas for 20 minutes? Elmas is not one of the players that was coming back from injury. It's one of those things that I don't There's some things that I fundamentally don't understand about Gattuso ever since November onwards. I thought he was doing really well for us in September, October. And then from November onwards, this guy is like, I don't know. I honestly don't know what he's thinking. Vesavis is saying, you list many goals he caused, but how many attacks ended before they could ever become dangerous thanks to him? You're right. I'm saying he's still a good defender. I'm just saying I wish he wouldn't cost us as much. And yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm still saying he's a good defender. And obviously, I would rather keep him in the squad. What I'm saying is I don't want to give him away for free, but if a team comes with 60 million, then I say, go for it. Take the money and rebuild. The guy's 30 anyways this year, so but he's still one of my favorite players. He's still quality. What I'm saying is he's not God on the field. So that's just my opinion on him. Anyways, at the moment, unless we can find a better partner for him, if we can, him with Albiol, I would never ever sell him, not even for 100 million, because that was a perfect partnership in my opinion. But if we're relying on Koulibaly to being the guy that leads us in defense, I think we've got a problem. Ale Tamburino is saying, Gattuso, they was never understand Napoli players for me. They need to get out, and I want Sarri to come back. Man, everybody wants Sarri to come back. I told you guys what I think about Sarri. I don't like people coming back. I just don't like it. Not when they have betrayed you. Okay, maybe that's a bit dramatic, but he did go to Juventus. That's our biggest rival. And I don't like fake people. For me, before you put on a Napoli shirt, before you coach Napoli, I think you need to be, first, a good person with morals, and then a good coach or a good player. But if your morals are missing, then I don't want you. Because I can't get over him going to Juventus. I just can't. I don't know. Maybe I'll get over it if he comes back and he wins the league. But I swear, until the day he wins the league, I won't be liking that guy. I just won't. I can't forget what he did. It's impossible for me. So yeah, I think there's other coaches out there that can do well for Napoli, and you need to be looking forward, not backwards. There's Juric, Italiano, who are good potential coaches. There's no reason why we need Sarri back. He's not the only coach around for us. Dom, you could do a show just on the next coach and talk about Sarri in detail. Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like that, but I'm thinking of yeah, in the next few weeks, maybe, it's there's a lot of topics that I want to cover. There's a lot of also things that I need to be doing. It's one of those things that I want to give it a lot of importance, and I want to do it right. And so it requires a lot of research, a lot of planning. It's not just a video that I just do like that, just saying random stuff. I want to be doing the proper research behind it. For Dylan saying, what do you think of Lampard? Not ready enough. Not ready enough, mate. Not ready enough. He did good last year for Chelsea, bringing a team with a lot of youngsters to the top four. But Lampard is no improvement from Gattuso. We need a coach who's been coaching for a few years. I would say Juric. So, yeah. And he's got a knack for getting points against Juventus. So it's always a plus. Anyways, player ratings. You guys know why I put 5 to Koulibaly. I think we all know that. I think we all agree with that. Because of his stupid second yellow. No reason to do that. I thought Rahmani played a good game. I think next to Koulibaly, he plays better than next to Maximovic. It gives him a bit more reassurance that he's got someone better than him playing next to him. Di Lorenzo 6, I thought he was pretty much average, as well as Politano. I don't think they really did. It's weird because Politano scored and he was influential in the first goal for Napoli, but then I think that for the full 90 minutes they didn't really do as much as some of the other players. Gulam 7 because of his assist on the Mertens goal, because of the way he kept just going down that flank over and over and over. It just made me so happy to see Gulam play so well again. Fabian, you guys know why I put 6.5. I showed you guys how Fabian was looking for forward options, same as Zielinski every time. Bakayoko, 5.5 as well. He's inexistent in this Napoli team, gives away too many free kicks, gives away too many passes, gives away... Guys, this guy's so bad. He's so bad. Yeah. It's a shame because he started off kind of well this season. Insigne 6.5, really good display. I liked him a lot. I just didn't want to give him a 7 because I wanted to reward Mertens and Gulam, coming back from, let's say, injuries. I know Gulam just had, it wasn't really an injury, but COVID, and I guess that's an injury. Coming back from COVID, but more so coming back from his knee situation in general over the last 3 years. I'm just really glad he got a lot of minutes and performed really well. It's honestly my highlight of the day. I really like Gulam as a person and as a football player. As I said, for me, you need to be first a good person and then a good football player to play for Napoli, and Gulam ticks those two boxes for sure. The stuff that he does in terms of charity wise and just a good human. So for me, I'm always going to be rewarding that side of people as well, just in general. And 6.5 to Gattuso, because I think we had a good game. We didn't suffer. We controlled the game. Just good. It would have been a 7 if he made some changes a bit earlier, because I don't know why our 11 players played until the 82nd minute. There's just no reason. I thought Elmas could have come on earlier, give him a few more minutes. If one of them got injured because they played 80 minutes instead of 70, if one of them got a muscle injury, then Gattuso, that would have been on him. He needs to learn to rotate a few more players around. For Dylan is saying, I can't wait to see Lozano and Osimhen back with Mertens and Insigne. That's going to be epic. It's going to be great when we have our full attack. And even Petagna, guys, is a good player with the right players around him. You guys get what I mean? Let's say the last 10-15 minutes, Petagna comes on, you've got Mertens or Osimhen, and everyone's playing well and everyone's fit. Even Petagna can fit into that team, although not as a number 9. I see him more into that Zielinski position, to be fair. Or if we play in a 4-4-2, I like Pitania with another striker next to him so that he can, like, lay the ball off. I just don't like him as a lone striker up top. So I'm excited when everything is going well again. Let's see. Yeah, Visavis is saying, what did Lampard do to deserve being in the discussion? Yeah, Lampard hasn't really achieved that much. I think the only reason why he's in the discussion at all is because he's a free manager right now. But in terms of like that generation of managers, like players who have just finished, or coaches who have just finished coaching, I'm talking like Pirlo, Gattuso, Lampard, Gerrard, all these players, the one that's shown the most potential is Gerrard. I mean, have you guys seen what he's done with Rangers? Finally, they can beat Celtic this year in the Scottish League, and they're doing really well in the Europa League. Really good football as well. Exciting stuff. And I'm also just a Gerrard fanboy, so yeah. Dom Baca. No, not that question. Kleto is asking me, Dom, Baca or Lobotka? Oh, Kleto, can I choose to die instead? Honestly, you're literally asking me to pick between my two least favorite players at Napoli. I have to choose between Baca and Lobotka. Are you serious, man? Why would you do this to me? Come on, man. Come on. Between the two, Bakayoko. No. It feels wrong choosing. It feels wrong choosing someone, man. It just feels wrong. Can I just, like, I don't know. Can lightning just strike me right now? I'll skip that question, dude. You know what? Follow my official Napoli talk. I'll make a poll, and you guys can all vote, and so that we can get an opinion. Bakayoko versus Lobotka. Thank you, Kleto. That's good content. I'm going to be making that poll in the next few hours or tomorrow or something like that. Let's see. Adam Miller is saying, Anthony Navarro, totally agree with that. Insigne looked much better today with Mertens playing, and Dom is right about the highlight of today is Mertens. It's good to have him back. Yeah, Mertens and Gulam, great to see him. Insigne also. Insigne and Mertens just understand each other. There's just that chemistry between them where, Insigne does something, Mertens knows he needs to do that other movement that we saw. It's just really good stuff out there. So they've been playing together since 2013 now, so it's been 8 years, or we're heading into the 8th year. So obviously they know what they're doing, and with Gulam on the left and Zielinski next to them as well, guys, the Mertens, Insigne, Zielinski, Gulam, that's a historic, part of Napoli. It's always been there in the last few years, and these guys know each other by heart. That's why we play so well on that left-hand side. Let's see. Fort Dylan is saying, Dom, do you think that this was a great moment to play some youth players? I always think it's a good moment to play youth players. You're winning by 2 goals. Game is under control. I would always put some youth players. Yeah, I think it's almost criminal not to be putting in these players. Also because 10 minutes for them, you give them that extra motivation to continue their hard work so that they can get even more minutes. But if they always just sit on the bench, it's almost very easy for these players to lose motivation. And when you lose motivation, it's more difficult to improve, because you're putting in maybe that 2% less effort in training than you would have if the coach gave you some time. You gotta give people scraps to motivate them. It's not just I'm never playing you, so this will motivate you. No, you gotta give them something. I think. Choose Baca. He won't finish his gnocchi before you do. Lobotka can finish a plate of gnocchi pesto within 5 minutes. He holds the world record. Oh man, I want pesto so bad right now, dude. Anthony, you have no idea how much I want pesto right now. You have no idea. And I'm hoping to hit 1,000 subs quite soon, because I've got some stuff, ready for that 1,000 sub video. I've got, I'm gonna be cooking some stuff. I'm gonna be playing, trying to keep the ball up 100 times. I'm gonna be doing a lot of, special little things. It won't be like a normal Napoli talk video. It's just, me having a bit of fun with some of you guys. And well, what happened there? The chat just it disappeared for a second. But yeah, guys. So make sure you're smashing that subscribe button if you're new to Napoli talk. Vesavis is saying we were a man down. Putting in the youngsters would have been an error, in my opinion. Vesavis, I do agree with that. Obviously, when you're a man down, don't put them. What I'm saying is, I think like on the 75th minute, you could have done it. You could have put one of them in. I'm not saying to put all six, or you're right not to put it in when you're a man down. But before that, Koulibaly got his red card on the 81st minute. And at that point, Napoli had made 0 substitutions. And yeah, I think you got to give them 15, 20 minutes every once in a while. I mean, Napoli are paying their wages. They're not playing for the Primavera because they're always with the Napoli squad, the first team. And, like, what are they doing out there? You know what I mean? Who is the best youth player on the bench? I like Cioffi. I think he's going to be a good player. So, yeah, guys. Dario Amendola, Forza Napoli, guys. It's nice here. It's always nice here at Napoli Talk. Thanks for joining. Make sure you're smashing that like button, guys. I think you guys need to see my face in big when I say smash that like button. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. Let's get to 1,000 people in this room, guys, in this community. Yeah, as Cleto said, I'm gonna be making a post on Instagram about whether you guys prefer Lobotka or Bakayoko. Yeah, so follow the social media, guys. I think really that's everything for today, because as you guys know, Gattuso won't be doing his press conference. Napoli have decided to stop him from talking because what he was saying in press conferences was just silly. Yeah, so he was just embarrassing himself recently. I think ever since I started translating his press conferences, it's just been like downhill for Gattuso and his press conferences. It's like he wants me to translate really bad things. So yeah, they've stopped him, making a fool out of himself. So we won't get that. He won't be speaking to the press. Napoli have ordered no Napoli staff or player either to speak to the press. I think the motto right now is just, work hard, keep your head down, and let's try to get better results. So, yeah. Anthony's saying, we need a fat Lobotka picture. So, you mean we just need a Lobotka picture? Anyways, guys, that is going to be everything for the live. It's an hour that went by. It didn't even feel like an hour, but thank you guys for joining in. Remember, 1 like or sub is 1 cent to the Cannavaro Ferrara Foundation. Today is the last day of the month to get your like and subscribe in. And then I'm going to be tallying up everything from this month, and I'm going to be making that donation, and you can find the link to the Cannavaro Ferrara page, where you can then go on the donation page and donate through PayPal. You can do that if you guys look at the links in the description. You can find social media, the Discord, all that nice stuff. And guys, as always, Forza Napoli sempre.